Hello, and welcome once again to the Dental Marketing Mastery Series. This podcast is brought to you by dentalwebcontent.com and New Patients Incorporated. I'm Howie Horrocks, the founder of New Patients Incorporated. Along with me once again is my friend and partner and the president of New Patients Incorporated, Mark Dilatush. Well, hello, everybody. Once again, welcome to our podcast. Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Hey, Howie, I'm doing fine. I fished in a monsoon on Saturday.
You went fishing.
I did. In a monsoon. It was constantly raining. We were having a nor'easter.
Oh, boy.
I know.
Where was that? The Hudson or?
No. Up in Candlewood in Connecticut. The nor'easter jogged out to sea, thankfully. So we didn't have 25 to 35 mile an hour sustained winds with rain beating in our face. We just had the rain fell gently on top of us for 9 hours.
Oh gosh. Okay.
I am not complaining. I am not. This is not a complaint.
You're addicted. Okay. Anyway, what we're doing today, let's talk about ways that a dentist or a dental practice can stand out and be different, since that's a key component of any marketing strategy. Is, it's one of the things that people ask, why should I choose you over these other guys down the street? Why are you different as a dental practice? And what sort of things can you use in your marketing to display your difference? What do you think?
Yeah, no, we get it all the time. Dentists get it all the time. They see whatever comes in the mail at their home, and they see that, outside of the picture and the color scheme, and the Google map, they all pretty much look the same to them. Deals are the same or close. So it kind of makes everything look the same. And dentistry, especially the top half of dentistry, is trying to differentiate itself. So the idea of asking the question, how do I make myself stand out, or how do I make myself look or appear or have a perception of being different? How do I do that? And today's podcast is really, some of the hidden ways that almost everyone listening to this, I'm sure everyone listening to this, can benefit by using one of the several examples we're going to give. I can't imagine that there's any dentist listening to this that doesn't have one or more of these following attributes.
Yeah. A lot of them are kind of hidden. Like you have to think about it a while. That they don't immediately just pop out. So
yeah, one of the first and obvious ones, and ones that we've used for before we start getting too deep into this is for all the dentists that do their own marketing, and for all the dentists that may not even use NPI, they could use a different marketing firm. One of the ones that we've used very successfully over the years is the image of the dentist's spouse, and potentially the dentist's family, maybe even the dentist's dog.
Oh, right? Yeah.
In a picture, professionally posed, but not professionally dressed. I mean, everybody's dressed nice, but not, over the top suit and tie, scrubs, that kind of thing. They look like a family in a nice little setting, maybe a park, even a park next to where your office is.
Yes.
So that people can get that message in the picture as well.
Or in front of a landmark that's recognizable by others in the town.
Sure.
That's another setting for a nice.
As long as it's not a bar,
picture.
it'll be, you should be fine. As long as it's not a bar, right?
Yeah.
But the point is that, this is a marketable attribute that you yourself may certainly possess. There's a really good chance you do. And it may be something that you're not exploiting, is the realness of you as a family person. That resonates enormously well with the female consumer in the top half of the dental market, who's looking primarily for an increased level of trust and an increased level of respect before she moves forward to read more or go to your website and read more or what have you. She's going to invest the time. She needs to know that the person that she's going to invest the time in is worthy. And one of the ways you can do that is to show her basically your family.
Yeah.
Right.
It's very powerful, actually.
Yeah. And, you know, on the, along those same lines, you know, a little humor doesn't hurt. When you're writing your bio for your website, in his spare time, Dr. Smith enjoys trying to figure out how to get his golf score below three digits, right?
Yeah.
Just something, you know, a little self-effacing humor never hurts. You know, or gardening, you know, trying to find out how to actually make a rose bush, you know, thrive. or whatever, you know, little quips like that. Too many times we log on or we look at how the dentist or their marketing firm or website developers have written their bio, and it's kind of obvious when you look that the dentists themselves wrote the bio, because it looks like they're trying to impress every other dentist on the planet. Which really isn't the point. Okay.
No, it's
not
the opposite of the point.
Right. Yeah. Look how many CE hours I took, you know, 210 when the next guy over is 230. Right. So it becomes this big gamesmanship between dentists when it really shouldn't. It shouldn't be anything about the dentist. Against, you know, not against dentists, but it shouldn't be anything about competing with other dentists. It should be about, you know, making you a real life human being.
Yeah, exactly. Another one that's often overlooked is, I know with many of our clients, many of them have given lectures. They've gotten up in front of other dentists and taught various techniques, and they've also maybe published articles that they've you know, in some of the dental media. Those things are very valuable if you can share those with your audience, because what it does is it you know, it establishes a trust. It's like, who would you rather go see? The guy who you know, taught the course, or the guy who took the course? I mean, it's kind of like that thing in the consumer's mind, you know. And if you can say that you're a teacher, you will immediately have a higher level of trust in your target audience automatically.
Yeah, street cred.
Street cred. There you go.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Another one that's often overlooked, and it goes into the category of maybe potentially trying not to overstate the obvious, but one of them is location. And, you know, we have these offices who are either right next to grocery stores or right next to elementary schools or right next to big corporate facilities or what have you. And the doctor will throw up a Google map with a little balloon on their website and say, or with a star in it, and it says, "We are here." And it doesn't really mention anything else, when it really should. It really should mention that you're, you know, a tenth of a mile from Shop and Save and directly across from the Boeing corporate headquarters, just down from Millard Elementary School, right? Try and bring the neighborhood into how all this does is create familiarity, and familiarity breeds a response, right? So don't overlook the obvious when you promote your location, because it could be very valuable to you, to anyone who shops for food, anyone who may work at the Boeing facility, and anyone with a child who has to drop them off 5 days a week at Millard Elementary School. Imagine how convenient that would be to any of the thousands of moms who frequent those three locations near you. Okay, so there's another one. Don't overlook it. everyone listening to this is at a location. So all of you can use this.
Exactly. Another one that you might, some dentists are reluctant to talk about this sort of thing, but I don't think they should be, and it's their charity work. Lots and lots of our clients donate their time, their skills, their energy to their communities, and that should be recognized and should be talked about. It establishes a higher level of trust in your target audience. You've got to be a good guy if you give away your time and efforts to your community.
Yeah, I bet you the guy doing the $29 exam or the $1 exam special hasn't gone on a mission trip to New Guinea.
Yeah.
Right. Or done a candy buyback program, or done Smiles from a Heart, or done any of the numerous wonderful things that our clients and our non-clients, other dentists do. They tend to keep it to themselves because they're modest, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with modesty, but my goodness, if you want to differentiate yourself, there's a nice, easy way to do it and still be modest. Dr. Smith and the team in New Guinea, a picture of them helping the locals with their dental health last summer. That's all.
Yeah.
Picture, right, Howie? You don't have to tell them how much it costs and how long you were there. You don't have to do that. You just, again, humanizing. Here's another one. And this dovetails into that age-old question of, actually, we just did a podcast called If Your Offer Is Your Best Foot Forward, You Have No Feet. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Well, here's another one. There's, there are offers on our work too. You'd have to kind of look for them. You have to learn about the practice before you get to them, but they're there. And sometimes the offer is very simple. It's, with your new patient exam and x-ray, we'll donate $100 to the local animal shelter.
Right.
Right. Doesn't have to be you giving them money or
Right.
you taking money off. It could be something that they really seriously want their name associated with. Right.
Right.
Sometimes you go into restaurants that run a charitable cause. And they'll have these little stars that they tape to the counter, and it's people's names inside that have given money, to this cause. That's all the public needs. Some people will make the decision to choose you just based on that. The fact that you're not the cheap dentist in town, but you do support the local animal shelter. Oh my goodness. I mean,
absolutely. That's really nice. We're going to take a quick break here, everybody. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hey everybody, it's Mark Dilatush from New Patients Incorporated. Just wanted to take about 15, 20 seconds. We have a lot of people asking to see dental web content, NPI Crusader, Crusader Plus, and NPI Concierge. If you want, just send an email, a quick email with your name, maybe your phone number, and a good day and a good time. Send that email to demo, D-E-M-O, at newpatientsinc.com, and we will get you all set up. Thanks.
Okay, we are back. We were talking about ways to make yourself stand out and be different.
Well, hold on, Howie. Show of hands, everybody listening to this, who would like us to change up our commercial? Okay, everybody rose their hands. So we're going to change up our commercial.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay, I had my hand up. I want to change our commercial.
Okay.
All right. So what else? What are some of the other hidden things that everyone listening to this is not exploiting? I guess maybe exploiting is too harsh of a word, but everybody gets the idea.
Yeah, using. This obviously doesn't apply to everybody, but if you have any prior military service,
that's an enormous one.
Yeah,
that's enormous.
Mentioning that in your bio area or on your webpage Yeah, that's big time. That gets you a lot of street cred right there.
Street cred is worthwhile.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. What else?
What else do we have? We also have any professional connections. I always kind of wince when I see Dr. Bob Smith, comma FAGD, comma MMCC, comma Nick Mo, comma holy crap, comma whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
And you know, and you've heard Howie and I speak about, you know, your Meet the Dentist page and how it's not supposed to be, you know, it's not supposed to be a sprint to see who can accumulate the most CE hours. But being affiliated with almost everybody has a list of affiliations, and you don't have to say much about the organizations, just list them. Member of, list. They help. They really do help, especially if it's branded and familiar organizations. I know you might think it's not, but the American Dental Association is a branded, recognized name. Their state dental association, I'm sure, is a branded and recognized name, as might be Invisalign. You might be a certified Invisalign partner.
Oh, yeah.
That's a branded and very recognizable name. So,
in fact, they're running a big national TV campaign right now as we speak.
Exactly. So, don't overlook those. You know, we're trying to uncover the things that are right in front of you that you might overlook just because you think they're not important. We're just trying to bring to light their importance.
Here's another one I just thought of. If you're a hometown guy or gal.
Oh, there you go. That's
if you went to school there, or you graduated from high school or whatever, people like to do business with people that are from where they're from.
Yeah, you could even extend it off to your father or mother, and maybe they were active in the church or the community, or maybe they were a former mayor, or maybe, here's one, maybe you were in Texas and you were a high school quarterback.
Oh, big time.
You got to pack practice for the rest of your life if that's the case. So obviously it depends. It depends on where you are and obviously your family. But yeah, no, Howie's, that's a great one.
And if your name's Colton McCoy and you live in Texas, boy,
there's another one, right? Right. So, but you get the idea. Grab whatever you can get your hands on that. Any other community involvement as well. I mean, anything like that. Even if you're a 5K runner or a marathon runner or any of that stuff that shows you out in the community supporting whatever cause. Okay. It all works really, really well to just make you appear, make the perception of you and your practice to be a little bit different. You can do the same thing with your staff, by the way. There's no reason why, like we had a staff member who was she a St. Bernard rescue?
Oh yeah.
Member? I mean, I think that's kind of eclectic, right? I mean, rescue, being a dog rescue is, I'm not going to say it's common, but it's pretty common. But being a certain species rescue is kind of cool. I didn't even know you could do that. Like, I didn't even know you could say, well, I'm only going to rescue these breeds, right?
Yeah.
So, anything like that you can put into your, I'm not saying, put it into a Facebook ad or a mailer or anything like that, but you can certainly expand upon the normal drivel that people put on dental websites. You can absolutely do it. You can absolutely fill your social media with it. These are examples. Now that I've opened up Pandora's box, these are absolutely perfect examples of what to build for your Facebook These are the things that no marketing company can do for you, is to build little stories. Did you know? Did you know that Mary is a rescue home for St. Bernards? This is how it works. Blah, bitty, blah, bitty, bloom. There's this week's Facebook post or blog post, and then just cross-post it to your social media properties. That's it. You're done. You don't need anything else besides that. Every four weeks or so, throw in a dental topic, and you're good to go. Actually, these public interest stories, all of them, are all perfect dental social media fodder. Anything to humanize you and to allow the audience to learn, get a little bit of a deeper look inside your soul, are good things.
Yeah. Well, I think we've covered that one for today.
Yeah. Well, Thank you, Howie.
Yep. Yeah. I'm glad you're back on the job, and hopefully next weekend you'll have a fishing rod in your hand again.
Well, no. We're going up to see the grandchild, though. That'll be fun.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for listening. We appreciate it, and we will see you soon. Bye now. We hope you've enjoyed our podcast today. You can find more podcasts on our YouTube channel, on Stitcher, and iTunes. Also on our websites, dentalwebcontent.com and newpatientsinc.com.